Okay, question 2 of exam 2 asks, what would happen if I put a magical spell on you and made your muscles have a partial pressure of oxygen 200 milligrams of mercury and a partial pressure of CO2 of 20, and how would that affect performance? So here's another really good drawing of basically the partial pressure of oxygen is in the red and the partial pressure of CO2 is in the blue. And you can see as we go around from getting the oxygen in our lungs, it's flowing through the arteries to our skeletal muscle and then flowing back to the heart and lungs. The partial pressure of oxygen decreases as you go around the loop, and this makes sense because the oxygen is going to get unloaded into the skeletal muscle so it can be used for exercise. Duh. And the PCO2, you'll see increases because when you use oxygen, you produce CO2. So kind of makes sense. But this whole thing, this is alveolar gas exchange, which is, it's one of the 4 processes in which like pulmonary respiration occurs. But basically, the larger the difference in partial pressure of gas between 2 areas means the more gas exchange will occur. So for example here, between the arteries and the skeletal muscle, when we're at rest, the reason this says 1 to 40 is because it depends on if you're exercising or not. So when we're at rest, there's 40 millimeters of mercury. And then when we're exercising, it's at 1. So it really just depends on your fitness level and your activity at that point. Not fitness level, but whatever you're doing in that moment. With the arteries, there's 100. And so the difference here, say at rest, between 140 is 60. So if we took a magic wand and the partial pressure of oxygen was 200, then the difference between the arteries and the skeletal muscle is going to be 100, which is significantly greater than 60. But in order for that to happen, I don't really know how this magic wand is working, but there would have to be a lot more oxygen being consumed here, which means the individual would have to have a much higher VO2, but there would need to be a lot more oxygen going on anyways. But if the magic wand is just increasing the oxygen right here, how it's going to affect performance is, I mean, you're going to be able to move a lot quicker, a lot faster, a lot stronger. You're going to have a lot more oxygen in your skeletal muscle because there's a lot more gas exchange happening between the arteries and the skeletal muscle. And is that everything in that question? Yeah.